If you've ever found yourself on the floor and struggled to get back up, you know how frightening that moment can be. Whether you've dropped something, been playing with grandchildren, or experienced a fall, the inability to rise from the floor isn't just inconvenient. It can be a sign that important physical abilities need attention. Research published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology in 2012 examined the relationship between the ability to sit and rise from the floor and mortality. The study followed over 2,000 adults aged 51 to 80 for an average of 6 years. Participants who had difficulty rising from the floor without support had significantly higher mortality rates during the follow-up period. The good news is that the ability to get up from the floor can be improved at any age with the right exercises. The 3 exercises we'll discuss today specifically target the strength, flexibility, and coordination needed to safely rise from the floor. Before we begin, share with us now in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We read and try to reply to every single comment. Let's explore these 3 senior safe exercises that can help you regain confidence and independence. Exercise number 3, chair squats. Chair squats build the foundational leg strength needed to push yourself up from the floor. Your quadriceps, glutes, and core muscles all work together during this movement, mimicking the mechanics of rising from a low position. Research published in journals such as the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity has shown that lower body strength training improves functional mobility, including the ability to rise from low positions and complete daily activities with less difficulty. To perform chair squats correctly, start by standing in front of a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest to prevent using them for assistance. Slowly lower yourself toward the chair as if you're going to sit down, keeping your weight in your heels and your chest lifted. Just before you touch the chair, pause for 1 second, then push through your heels to stand back up. The key is controlling the descent. Don't just plop down into the chair. This controlled lowering phase builds as much strength as the standing phase. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions if you're a beginner. Rest for 1 minute, then perform 2 more sets. As you get stronger, try lowering yourself more slowly, taking 4 to 5 seconds to descend. You can also try barely touching the chair before standing back up, or eventually progress to hovering just above the seat without touching it. Physical therapists recommend performing this exercise 3 times per week with at least 1 day of rest between sessions. Most people notice improvements in leg strength and stability within 3 to 4 weeks of consistent practice. Exercise number 2, split squats. Split squats are particularly valuable for floor transferability because they closely mimic the half-kneeling position you use when rising from the floor. This exercise builds single leg strength and the specific movement pattern needed to push yourself up from a kneeling position. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research in 2017 examined split squat training in older adults. The study found that participants who performed split squats twice weekly for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in single leg strength, balance, and functional mobility. A study in the Journal of Applied Biomechanics in 2014 found that the transition from kneeling to standing requires substantial single-leg strength in the forward leg, similar to the demands of a split squat. To perform a split squat safely, stand beside a sturdy chair or countertop for balance support. Position your feet in a staggered stance with one foot about 2 to 3 feet in front of the other, with your feet hip-width apart for stability. Keep your torso upright and lower your back knee toward the floor by bending both legs. Your front knee should stay aligned over your front ankle. Lower down only as far as comfortable. You don't need to touch your knee to the floor. Many people start by lowering just 6 to 8 inches. Push through your front heel to return to the starting position. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions on each leg. Rest for 1 minute, then perform 1 or 2 more sets. Hold on to your support surface as much as needed for balance. As you build strength, you can gradually reduce how much you rely on the support. Perform this exercise 2 to 3 times per week with at least 1 day between sessions. Most people notice improved single leg strength and better balance within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice. Before we continue, if you've been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day. Exercise number 1, floor transfer practice. The most effective way to improve your ability to get up from the floor is to actually practice the movement itself in a safe, controlled manner. This exercise builds confidence while training the specific movement pattern you need. Research published in the journal Age and Aging in 2013 examined floor transferability in community-dwelling older adults. The study found that many older adults who were physically capable of rising from the floor avoided doing so because they lacked confidence or hadn't practiced the movement in years. The research suggested that regular supervised practice could help maintain this important functional skill. To practice floor transfers safely, start by positioning yourself next to a sturdy couch, heavy chair, or bed that won't move. Have a phone nearby in case you need assistance. Consider practicing when someone else is home, at least initially. Begin from a seated position on the floor with your legs in front of you. Roll onto your side, then come up onto your hands and knees. This position is more stable and requires less strength than trying to stand directly from sitting. Take your time in this position. There's no need to rush. From hands and knees, bring one foot forward, placing it flat. On the floor with your knee bent, as if you're in a proposal position. Use your furniture for support by placing one or both hands on it. Push through your front leg while using your arms for balance, rising to a standing position. To return to the floor, reverse the sequence. Use furniture for support as you lower to a kneeling position, then to hands and knees, then carefully to your side, and finally to a seated position. Start by practicing this complete sequence once or twice, focusing on smooth, controlled movements rather than speed. As you become more comfortable, practice 2 to 3 times per session, 2 to 3 times per week. The key is building both physical capability and mental confidence. Each successful repetition reinforces that you can safely get down to and up from the floor, which reduces anxiety about the movement. Many physical therapists recommend that their patients practice this skill regularly, even if they currently have no difficulty, to maintain the ability. Time. It's much easier to preserve a skill through practice than to regain it after years of avoidance. Putting it all together, these 3 exercises work together to address different aspects of floor transferability. Chair squats build general leg strength, split squats to develop core stability and single leg strength, and floor transfer practice trains the specific movement pattern while building confidence. For best results, create a simple weekly routine. You might do chair squats and split squats on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and practice floor transfers on Tuesday and Thursday. This provides adequate training while allowing recovery time. Start conservatively and progress gradually. It's better to perform fewer repetitions with good form than to push too hard and risk injury or excessive soreness that might discourage you from continuing. If you have significant mobility limitations, knee problems, or other health concerns, consult with a physical therapist before beginning these exercises. They can modify the movements to suit your specific needs and ensure you're practicing safely. The ability to get up from the floor is an important marker of functional independence and overall health. While it may feel challenging now, consistent practice of these 3 exercises can make a real difference in your strength, confidence, and capability. Remember that improvement takes time. Most people notice changes within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, but everyone progresses at their own pace. The important thing is to keep practicing regularly and celebrate small improvements along the way. These exercises aren't just about getting up from the floor. They improve overall strength, balance, and coordination that benefit many daily activities. You're investing in your long-term independence and quality of life. Now we want to hear from you. Do you currently avoid getting down on the floor because you're worried about getting back up? Which of these exercises will you try first? Share your experiences in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.